Look who's here, Dharmesh Chef, on his phone, as usual. You are here to bring us the very latest with today's developments. I hope that's what you were working on there.
Yeah, 100%.
We're starting with West Ham and their pursuit of Gianluca Scamacca. What can you tell us about this one?
Yeah, nearing an end now, this one. West Ham United have agreed personal terms now with Gianluca Scamacca. He's expected to fly into London tonight, ahead of a medical tomorrow. The contract length, we think, is 5 years plus the option of a further year, and the deal itself is worth £30.5 million plus £5 million in add-ons. It's been a priority position throughout this transfer window for West Ham United. Looks like they are on the verge of making that Gianluca Scamacca their next striker signing.
And are they finished there?
I don't think so at all. We went into this window thinking that West Ham United wanted a minimum of 6 players. If Scamacca comes in, that will be number 4. And they are looking at other players. Now, once this Scamacca deal is done, we think will push to try and sign Filip Kostic from Eintracht Frankfurt. Now, we know that they've got a bid on the table. It's worth around €15 million. That's around £12.5 million, including add-ons. It's my information that Kostic likes West Ham. He respects West Ham United, but he remains undecided on whether he's going to join or not. That's because there are a couple of factors at play here. He's 29 years old. He's very well aware that the next contract that he signs will probably be the last big one that he'll sign in his career. And also, he's got Champions League football guaranteed next season. Eintracht Frankfurt won the Europa League, partly at the expense of West Ham United last season. You remember they beat them in the semi-finals and then beat Rangers in the final. So he's guaranteed Champions League football next season. But what is not in Eintracht Frankfurt's favour is the fact that he's entered the final year of his contract. So if he's not going to sign a new contract, do Frankfurt think maybe we need to cash in on him now? But it's obvious he's reached that time of his career where the next move he's going to make is going to be probably the biggest one that he's got left in his career.
OK, let's come on to Manchester United. I know you've been asked this question a lot over the past few weeks, but I'm going to ask it again. Where are we with Frenkie de Jong?
As far as Manchester United are concerned, they're in the same position. There's still a feeling, I'm told, that a deal can be done for Frenkie de Jong to go from Barcelona to Manchester United. Now, for all the public utterances from the Barcelona president, Joan Laporta, from their manager, Xavi, Manchester United remain very comfortable in the position that they're in. They believe they've got a broad agreement with Barcelona worth around £72 million, including add-ons. Now, just going by those utterances that Laporta and Xavi have made over the weekend, they played Real Madrid, of course, in an El Clasico game in the States. And they were both asked a question about Frenkie de Jong. Now, it's very interesting what they're saying publicly and what their actions are with regard to de Jong. This is what Laporta said. Frenkie de Jong is our player. We received some offers, but we didn't accept as of now. We want to talk to him and clarify some areas of his situation. So, on the one hand, he's our player. We don't want to sell him, but we need to clarify some things with him. Now, he was on the bench for that game against Real Madrid. Xavi brought him on, and he played him at centre-back. And then he was then asked the question, Xavi, after the game, was this your way of sending a message to Frenkie de Jong? And Xavi said this: I don't send messages. I like him a lot. He can bring us a lot at centre-back. But there is also the economic situation and fair play. So if you look at this in a couple of ways, the economic situation is these deferred wages that Frenkie de Jong is owed. He took a pay cut along with the rest of the Barcelona squad and deferred around £14 to £17 million worth of wages. But I just think that what they're saying publicly and what they actually want to do with Frenkie de Jong are completely different at the moment. That's why Manchester United are just standing firm. I just wonder whether Barcelona are playing some sort of game here, in that they want it to be public. No, he's not going anywhere. We've got no intention to sell. We're not accepting any offers. So that Manchester United may then do a deal potentially on Barcelona's terms and maybe raise their offer so that they somewhat offset some of these deferred wages that Frenkie de Jong is owed. Now, a lot of the noise coming out of Barcelona and Spain is that Frenkie de Jong does not want to leave Barcelona. He's happy there. Whereas some of the information we're getting here is, while that is true, he still would be open to the idea of reuniting, remember, with Erik ten Hag. He played under him at Ajax. He was part of the midfield that got Ajax so close to the Champions League final. They were pipped in stoppage time by Tottenham Hotspur. So something tells me that we are going to continue having to ask this question about Frenkie de Jong. But having said all of that, United's mantra throughout the transfer window has been, we're not going to be held to ransom, we're not going to overpay, and we will walk away from a deal if it doesn't suit us. Now, with that in mind, they privately, I'm sure, will set their own deadline on this deal. If they feel it's too difficult to do, they have got other targets which they will pursue if de Jong is not going to happen. But for now, they are continuing to pursue Frenkie de Jong, and the feeling is that the obstacles from stopping this deal happening are more on the Barcelona side rather than Manchester United side.
Well, yeah, just on that, Manchester United fans will be desperate to know any other arrivals.
Look, from the outset of this window, the priorities were central midfield and improving the forward line. Not necessarily a number 9, but improving the forward line. Now, one of the players that has been of interest throughout this transfer window is a player that Erik ten Hag knows well, and it's been a theme of this window. He's been buying players that he knows very, very well. Antony from Ajax. He plays along the forward line for Ajax, but in initial talks between the clubs, what's been highlighted is that there's a gap in what Manchester United will be prepared to pay and what Ajax want. Now, I'm also told that as it stands, United aren't actually looking for a replacement for Cristiano Ronaldo. They're just looking to improve the forward line because their stance on Cristiano Ronaldo has not changed from the moment that he made it clear to the club that he wanted to leave. And that is, Cristiano Ronaldo is not for sale. He's got 1 year left on his contract, and there's an option for a further 12 months. And every time Erik ten Hag has been asked a question about Ronaldo while he's been on the pre-season tour, he has said, yes, I'm counting on him. I expect him to be there. And he hasn't actually spoken to him since he's made it clear that he wanted to leave, because the conversations he had with Ronaldo were before then, and they were all positive.